Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're ready for another collection recap. I never did finish my Bakugan Evolutions collection reviews for all of you, so I thought I would go ahead and break up everything with my look at the AURELUS Bakugan that I have. I will be postponing the Evolutions Geogon and Nanogon reviews. I kind of want to do those reviews a little differently, edit them up quite a bit. But I figured since I had already done most of my Evolutions Bakugan in my old format, I would go ahead and throw out the AURELUS one as well, just to give you all some content while I'm working on new things and getting everything ready. So without further ado, I am going to start things off with my chase figures, being Diamond Pharaoh right here, and then the Elemental Neo Pharaoh. So my very first Elemental AURELUS Bakugan right here. Really nice, but starting off with the stats for Pharaoh. So this year, Pharaoh got, I guess, maybe a little upgrade with a blue shield and a regular shield core, B power of 706 damage. You know, not bad at all. On a regular shield, you're going to have a base 1000. On a 650 blue shield, you're going to have 1350. That's something. You know, it's not super strong, but it's not terrible either. So Pharaoh is definitely playable. As for the figure, I have no complaints about the diamond. The Evolutions diamond looks really nice. You have that burnt orange for the face, a metallic-like orange-yellow for the wing portions, and then gold throughout the rest of the diamond with a little bit of silver on the main part here, or what I'm assuming was supposed to be the main part. But yeah, a really, really crisp diamond. Once again, a remade diamond because Pharaoh was a diamond in Armored Alliance. So for those of you who managed to get both for your collections, kudos. That is really cool. I love getting different years of diamonds or different year elementals because it just makes the collection really cool when Spin Master duplicates things like that. But then on the downside, it is a duplicate, and I know people are tired of those as well. Now, before I continue, I was going to show the regular Pharaoh, and I think I picked the right one. Here we go. Yes, so here is the regular cheesy Pharaoh for those of you interested. You can see that it does have the same coloration as the diamond. It just doesn't have the translucent plastic. But still really cool nonetheless. Now then, for the Platinum Neo Pharaoh, it is a double regular shield Baku core, B power of 100 with 1 damage, so really weak honestly. But if you land on a shield, that is when the combos go off because you get to add a Baku core and you get an extra plus 400 B power boost. Not bad at all, but when you're using an AURELUS Bakugan, the most you can get off of a regular shield is plus 300. Because for whatever reason, they didn't give AURELUS the faction buff Baku core like they did all the other factions. So keeping that in mind, you're going to get 3 and 7 right off the bat. So that's going to get you to 800 B power. And then from there, the stats are really up in the air because whatever you add from your, add a Baku core, that's going to be your choice. That's going to be up to the Bakugan you run alongside Pharaoh or what your opponent's running in that specific game. So it's really a question of just how you want to use them and if you want to use them. The damage is really low, but sometimes that doesn't matter at all. Moving on to the figures, because once again, I do have both. So here I have the regular Platinum Neo Pharaoh, which the Platinum AURELUS coloration for Evolutions so much better than the Core Ultra with that cheesy yellowy color. The burnt crimson orange with the translucent gold. It looks really epic and just, I mean, you can tell the difference out of the Bakugan in the background. Like, these are so much better. But yeah, Neo Pharaoh, really awesome Bakugan. It's a shame that the Diamond wasn't distributed more because I would have loved to have had Diamond Core Pharaoh and Diamond Platinum Neo Pharaoh. I think that would have been really nice for the collection. But I was lucky enough to get the Elemental. And trust me, I am fine with stopping there because my first Elemental AURELUS was Pharaoh. I never did find the Spartillion, and that was a shame because I thought that was really, really cool the way they had the pattern on both sides, the little discs. But Pharaoh is still really awesome. Of course, you have the printed elemental pattern on the wings and mane. A lot more silver detailing. And then, yeah, just really epic Bakugan. Not much to say, but just definitely want to show it off for the collection. And that's my two rare figures for evolutions. Going into just the regular Bakugan now. Of course, it is Genesis Pharaoh. Double Red Fist, B power of 800 with 3 damage. Again, just an iffy Bakugan. Not bad. It's just okay. Not bad at all, though. And Genesis Pharaoh is... Can I pick the right one? I can, right here. Of course, everyone finds Genesis Pharaoh very hilarious because of the T-pose Spin Master gave it. Let me see if I can't... There we go, demonstrate that properly. It is the T-pose Pharaoh, everyone. I'm not making this up. Pharaoh T-poses, just straight T-pose. But mediocre stat line, to be honest, because 800 with 2 flaming shields, not much you're going to do with that. Excuse me. The biggest release, AURELUS-wise, for evolutions, in my opinion, is still always going to be Leonidas. Can't believe this Bakugan was finally released after, like, what, 10 years, 12 years? It took Spin Master long enough, but here he is. Of course, he did get remade for Bakugan Legends, and that form is even better than this one, but we're talking about the original for this video. So double helix, B power of 100 with 10 damage, and if it has 2 helix, or if you get 2 helix attached, you get an extra plus 1400 B power. So very strong boy. It just requires a ton of setup. The new Leonidas doesn't, and you know, it's better. So just use the new one, but the old one, for nostalgia, I mean, even though it's the reboot, still, all the Leonidas, now that Leonidas is real, is really cool to have. But also kind of sad that they did lock Leonidas behind the $30, what is it, Arena paywall. In fact, I actually think he came with this one, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you had to buy the Arena to get Leonidas, but here is Leonidas. Of course, the only manual part is the horn on the head, and here we are. So the cheese yellow coloration, like always, but everything else is spot on. I did just get through reviewing the diamond, and the diamond is absolutely gorgeous. I personally am just happy to have Leonidas in the game as a physical, actual Bakugan now. It is really neat. Moving on, though, because I don't want to take too much time. It is Core Grizzling, so shield and a green fist, B power of 800 with 2 damage. On a green fist, you get plus 100 B power, and then on a shield, you get to add a Baku Core, so very nice. A lot of utility with this gun and options, which really good for Grizzling, and even better for the AURELUS faction in general. And here is the Core Grizzling. So not a whole lot of detail. I do like that the armor on the legs, the ankles, the feet, Spin Master took the time to paint those. On the interior of the body, there is a ton of detail in the mold itself. It's just not painted all that great. The head, however, is nicely done along with the wings. And really a cool design. Like, Pegatrix had a really neat design. But for the second Bat Bakugan, I think Grizzling is fine. Like, that's pretty cool. And then Grizzling did get a Platinum variant as well. The Platinum is somewhere, if I can find it, if I can guess it correctly. There we go. So this AURELUS Platinum actually used the silver, much like the AURELUS Platinum Wrath, or it was something, but mine doesn't really open the best. As you can all see, it takes a minute, but there we go. So Platinum Grizzling has a shield and a blue shield core, B power of 900 with 3 damage. So once again, a vanilla Bakugan that can get you to 1550, which is not bad at all. But honestly, does anyone use AURELUS Bakugan in the game? I don't. just because you lose out on running, cards, because AURELUS doesn't have a ton of cards. So I generally don't use AURELUS Bakugan. Moving on to the characters, so using the silver die-cast metal in the entire middle body portion is really cool. The yellow stands out in a decent amount of contrast to that, so that's really interesting. The armor on the legs is painted gold instead of silver. And oddly enough, this leg is painted more, as you can all see, than this leg. Like, this leg is almost not painted, as opposed to this one has like 2 coats, so kind of a paint error on Spin Master's part, but not too bad. The tail has the little wisps. The rest of the Bakugan is painted fine, just a missed leg. I guess Spin Master skipped leg day on Grizzling. Oops. Moving on to Platinum Sharktar. That's right, I get to complain and rant about Yam Shark some more. Double shield, B power of 400 and 6 damage. But then if you land on a shield, you do get to steal an opposing Bakugan's Baku Core, and that's not bad. But I mean, come on, how happy are you going to be when you look like that? It's a burnt yam shark. Like, it is a sweet potato. No one can convince me otherwise. That is a sweet potato right there. But I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's fine. Sharktar is what Sharktar is. But just Spin Master, did you have to add all of that burnt orange? Like, I swear, like, they were like, Bakugan? Then they had a sweet potato. And they were just looking, and they were like, what if we made the Bakugan the sweet potato? And then they just went, bam! And that's how you have Platinum AURELUS Sharktar, in my opinion. Moving on, it is Ultra Enoch, and he is definitely Ultra, with a blue shield and a Helix Core, B power of 1001 damage. Surprisingly enough, a lot of AURELUS Bakugan this year had 1000 B power, so Evolutions was definitely giving AURELUS some power, just no cards. And if you don't have cards, you can't play. So Spin Master, hashtag we want cards still. Yep, still going, still a thing. You will not silence us. But going on to the character for Enoch, because the Bakugan is not bad, they gave it a ton of silver instead of just covering it completely with the cheese yellow. So I like that. I really like all of the silver. It's pretty cool. Not as cool as the darker bronze of the original AURELUS, but I will get over it because the silver is a close second. So here is Enoch all folded out, and as you can all see, just a ton of silver overtaking the entire Bakugan. They even painted, the outside, the inside arms, the head, the teeth, the chest plate, all of it. Just a ton of silver on the entire Bakugan. I guess to make Enoch stand out a little more. Of course, it does look really nice. Next up is Dragonoid, and I have a ton of AURELUS Dragonoids. So starting off with just Dragonoid, it is a green fist and a red fist core, B power of 800 with 5 damage. So honestly, just again, another vanilla Bakugan. And mine has quite the tail. It opens all the time. And here is Dragonoid. Won't spend too much time on it. The colors are different, but it is the same Jogan Rising mold we've had for quite a bit now. So I'll just review that quickly, and there we are. Next Dragonoid is Neo Dragonoid. So Neo Dragonoid has shield and a green fist, base B power of 1000. Here's another one. And then 3 damage. So slightly better than the regular Dragonoid, and I guess that's what Spin Master was going for. But here is the regular Neo Dragonoid. Of course, the waist piece is manual for those of you who don't know. You can position it any way you want. And then the horn on top is also manual. So that is Neo Dragonoid, looking pretty cool. Interesting mold design for a Dragonoid in my opinion. I think it was overlooked though by a ton of other Bakugan and of course the new year. But still really cool nonetheless. After that, it is Platinum Dragonoid, which has double helix, again, a base B power of 1000, and then 2 damage. So, like I said with Enoch, plenty of base B power 1000 Aurelus Bakugan in the Year of Evolutions. It's just a shame that they're not more competitively playable. You know, there's no more cards, that kind of thing. One thing I can say about the Platinum Aurelus Bakugan, at least most of them have this coloration, and it's just really nice. Minimal burnt orange, but then the translucent gold colored plastic. That's really nice, and I wish to have seen that like on all of the Bakugan, but that probably would have been a stretch, to say the least. Next is the last Dragonoid of Aurelus, and that is the Platinum Neo Dragonoid. So I kind of have a full line of Aurelus Dragonoids. This one has a red fist and a regular shield, B power of 800 and 4 damage. So weaker, actually, than the last. Still, though, you have options, so it's not a complete bust, but I overlook most Aurelus Bakugan because I just don't use them. So that's my problem, but here is the Platinum of Neo Dragonoid. Again, the manual waste makes it kind of hard to open. Everything is literally the same between the Neo Dragonoids, except mine. The horn is stuck, as you can all see. I don't want to like keep jamming my nail into it. Horn is stuck, but the die-cast metal, being the burnt orange, is pretty much the only difference. The colors from there on actually match completely. I will demonstrate. Well, I guess the silver is switched up, but that's it. Everything else is the same. Just the die-cast body. I'll lay those right there. Have a couple of Dragonoids in the back. Moving on to Blitz Fox. Blitz Fox has a regular fist and a blue shield core, B power of 600 with 2 damage, and if you land on a blue shield, you do get to remove an opposing Bakugan's Baku core. So that is a powerful Baku core effect, maybe not the strongest one, but that is something, and Blitz Fox is cool. I actually don't know why I have 2 Blitz Fox. I guess I have 2 Blitz Fox. I don't know how I got 2 Blitz Fox, but I do. Actually, now that I see them, I have 2. Well, I don't know how I got 2. Is there like one in a Battle Strike pack and then one in a 3-pack? Because that's usually the only way I get duplicate Bakugan. Or in the case of the Chaos Neo Dragonoid I completely forget that I bought it to begin with and then I end up buying an extra. But that's cool because, you know, trades and stuff. But here is the regular core Blitz Fox. Pretty cool with the gold on the face, the silver on the tails, and the gold on the back. That is nice enough, but just again, the yellow color is just so unappealing to me. I'm just not a fan of it in general. Excuse me, I'm all choked up this morning. I guess talking too much, but here is the Platinum Blitz Fox. It is a double green fist Bakugan, B power of 500 with 5 damage. So really an even stat line there. And then if you land on a green fist, you do get to steal an opposing Bakugan's Baku core, which makes those green fists a little better. There are plenty of green fist strategies within Bakugan, but do you really want one of those Bakugan on your team to be Aurelus, aside from something better or potentially stronger? I don't know, but Platinum Blitz Fox is at least really cool. A lot cooler than the core, in my opinion, not only for the colors, but just, well, yeah, it's just for the colors. I'm not even going to lie to you all. The colors are better, and that's why I prefer the Platinum. But here is the Platinum version of Aurelus Blitz Fox. It doesn't open as good, but it just looks so much better. That translucent gold, I wish Spin Master would have kept it for Legends. I would have loved to have seen it on a few more Bakugan. It's a shame to see it go. Because as you can all see, I didn't get a lot of Aurelus Platinum Bakugan. I don't know how many there really are that have that coloration, but I would have liked to have gotten as many as possible. Moving on, however, to Aurelus Hydorous, a red fist and a helix core, B power of 900 with 3 damage, and then Victor, so if you win the brawl, you do get to steal the opposing active Bakugan's Baku core. You know, to have that effect after the win is odd, but that's really just to negate your opponent's setup for domination, trifecta, core control, or a team attack even. You know, that does weaken a team attack over time. So options with AURELUS Hydorous. And here is the little platypus lion. Of course, it is the AA mold, so it does look more like a lion than the platypus from BP. I'm sure all of you know what I'm talking about. But not a lot of detail on AURELUS Hydorous. It still looks really nice with the flip out feet here. The mane colored with the little wing wisps for AURELUS. The claws being silver really stand out in the front, and I like that. That is a nice, aesthetic little detail there. Otherwise, really simple Bakugan. Next up is AURELUS Pegatrix. So a shield core and a red fist, B power of 600 with 3 damage. And then if you land on a flaming fist or a red fist, you do get to add a Baku core. So a strong ability on a vanilla Bakugan, at least I feel in my opinions. Probably once again overlooked because there are better options. Solid enough though. Honestly, solid. And here is Pegatrix. Sorry about that, my Pegatrix does get a little stuck. Using the Armored Alliance mold, however, Evolutions brought back Pegatrix. And here is the AURELUS version. Just kind of give you all a 360 look at the paint on the wings, the back, the front. Not bad at all. Has a little more burnt orange than most of them, just in minor detailing. Some more gold there on the front plate. Not bad. And second to last, it is the Flex Bug. HM, if you're watching this, do you have the AURELUS Sectonoid? Will you use the AURELUS Sectonoid? And what are your opinions on AURELUS Sectonoid? Because the Flex Bug in Ventus is pretty good with a base B power of 1000. The Platinum Ventus is crazy strong. In fact, a lot of the Platinum Sectonoids are crazy strong. So yeah, just interested. I do want to make a Flex Bug deck for you. Got to make that Fox deck for Fox Squad, Nightcore. A ton of themed decks that I want to make for BakuTubers and then have some kind of battle royale with them. It's just an upcoming project that I haven't had the time or cards for yet, but hopefully I'll get there soon anyway. Mini rant aside, Sectonoid has a red fist and a green fist, B power of 600 with 7 damage. Gotta love that 7 damage. I mean, just imagine running a flaming fist with a +6, that's 13. If you get that through, that's a nice hit. But yeah, so AURELUS Sectonoid, or a Flex Bug, the honorary name of Sectonoid. The cheese! Oh, I should call it the cheese bug. It is the cheese bug! Gotta keep the AURELUS memes going with evolutions. But yeah, not bad. And a really cool design. I do like the mosquito design of Sectonoid. I think it'll be a Bakugan you will see around for a lot of years, even after the reboot is said and done, because just an iconic Bakugan. A lot of memes to go along with it. The Pokemon references. I mean, just everything attached to Sectonoid is good for the Bakugan. Lots of laughs. And then the last Bakugan of my AURELUS collection. Crew members, you couldn't get out of it. It's time. You can see it right there. It is, of course, another Kubo, which, luckily, fingers crossed, I haven't heard anything about Kubos being released in Bakugan Legends. Maybe Spin Master got the hint when, shelves were stocked full of unsold Kubo, but who knows? They might have a Nova Kubo released. And yeah, we will probably all buy it, but still, a Nova Kubo would be cool for this year. The stats for AURELUS Kubo: Orange Shield, Helix Core, B power of 600 with 1 damage. And then if it lands on a Helix, you get to remove the opposing Bakugan's active, See, I can't even say it. So if it lands on a Helix, you get to remove the opposing Bakugan's Baku Core. Haha, made it through it. That was quite the tongue twister. But honestly, not really great stats. You pick up the +5, -1 Helix, and you're going to end up with 1100 and 0 damage. Or if you get the +3/+3, that's 900 with 4 damage. And then you get to remove the opponent's Baku Core. So that's something. Hopefully your B power will be higher than their base B power. but it is definitely a shot in the dark. Now, it's time for the Marvel reference with the Iron Man helmet. For those of you who don't know, Avengers Assemble. Yeah, they gave Kubo the Iron Man treatment. We have a robot mask. Yep, putting it on and off, on and off. So taking a look at Robot Kubo, it does look kind of, I don't know, just standoffish. The way the silver jawline almost looks like it's kind of a skull, like you have the inner works of a machine. The silver hollows around the eyes also makes it look somewhat like a robotic skull, kind of off-putting. But then you have then you have a dropped Kubo. But anyway, then you have a little backpack here on the back for some detailing. A little robot chest piece there, so not a lot of detail on the rest of the Bakugan, but it's just that haunting face, like the robotic skull look that it's just off-putting. But the Iron Man helmet is hilarious for Kubo. I think that is just a great addition. It's a lot different than the other cosplay Kubos, as it takes like a whole new face for Kubo and like a whole new design, and that's neat. Otherwise, though, it's just another Kubo, so I mean, what are you going to do with it? But that wraps up my AURELUS collection for Bakugan Legends. Hope you all enjoyed the review. I know it is an older format video, but like I said, I want to keep content rolling out. I want to keep the weeks filled with content while I'm working on newer and better projects. But until next time, stay safe, drome up, and Bakugan Bra.